I would throw the argument that this is the most change the Bleach series has seen in the entirety of the story, even including the time skip after Aizen's defeat that led into the Fullbring arc. I would throw the argument that right now, these last handful of episodes, especially episode 9, demonstrated the biggest change, at the very least, you could throw in the Seritei's history, because we got a new Captain Commander, we got Kenpachi's throwing down. I mean, for crying out loud, though, we got somebody from the real world, from the human world, from the world of the living, over there up in the Soul Palace. Like, if this isn't the biggest changes, stuff that has never happened in the history of Bleach, I don't know what is. Because the episode opens up with seeing Ichigo and Renji at the hot springs with the Zero Division captain, and they're basically trying to get better. And a big chunk of this episode, or at the very least a portion of the episode, the stuff with Ichigo and Renji, in my opinion, maybe I'm totally off on this, let me know if you agree or whatnot, but it kind of gave me Dragon Ball Z, Goten and Trunks training for Buu type of vibes. Just think about it for a second. Goten and Trunks, they got in the bath, they got, you know, relaxed or whatnot. Goten and Trunks was eating in Kami's lookout. Like, it kind of gave me those vibes, except on another level, because, dog, you're at the Soul Palace, and for starters, that hot springs alone is no ordinary bath. As it was stated last week and demonstrated this week, this is some next tier, like, yo, average people can't jump in there, especially if you're not damaged, if you're not hurt or injured or anything like that. Yeah, we've seen from dudes peoples that it will do damage to you. They had to wear special suits to be in the hot springs with Ichigo and Renji because it was unbearable. So that right there alone shows you that, okay, if the Zero Division's cronies pretty much can't hack with that, at the very least Ichigo and them are surpassing some people over there in the Royal Palace. But nevertheless, again, it just gave you a great idea that this is nothing ordinary. This is also going back to last week's whole debacle of what was happening with Byakuya back even in the manga days, of people being mad at Byakuya healing. Dog, look at where he's healing at. Look at where he's being treated. The Royal Palace with this freaking spa water that is something that is unreal. So it gives a little bit more leeway, and I feel the anime also really helps to demonstrate, like, this is like top tier. There's remove a sensu bean, remove anything you can think of, this spa is where it's at. But also even more so demonstrating Ichigo's power, because the captain of the Zero Division, one of the things that he said was that guy in particular is the one. So much so that when he hit them, because one of the tests basically to see if they were healed or whatnot is, beat your ass a little bit. And when dude hits Ichigo, instinctively Ichigo hits him back and was able to fracture his hand without us even realizing it. He had to let us know, dog, yo, he done did me dirty, he is ready. Which, again, okay, if you're able to fracture his hand, is Ichigo on squad 0 power level at this particular point? Just think about it, dog. He wasn't even trying and he fractured his hand. Imagine if they went full blown. That'd be interesting to think about. But then they travel on to the second part of, I guess, this whole thing, which initially I thought, okay, wait, we're going through this way too quick, dog. We're going through how many of these captains and whatnot, but realistically, we only went through a couple. We went through the spa one, and then we went through Big Mama's house, where Ichigo and Renji, which it kind of feels a little weird that Renji's here. I mean, I guess they threw it to add, you know, back in the day, especially like some comedic relief, also keep people that Ichigo know entangled in the story. But realistically, I feel like Ichigo 100% ready. And don't get me wrong, I know Renji took that punch as well, but Renji is like, dog, what are you doing in the Soul Palace, fam? Like, Byakuya, I get it. Rukia, Renji, I guess we gotta live with it. Renji is back on that greatness, because I used to be a big Renji fan, and now I'm looking at him like, you in the Soul Palace? Oh, get out of here. But I guess he earned this place. And it was also a nice little gag to see that Zero Division captain, you know, losing weight with the food and everything. Like, honestly, it's just so many great memories from the manga. But then somewhere within the midst of this insanely awesome episode with so much happening, we find out that the new Captain Commander, with the death of Captain Commander Yamamoto coming in, has been appointed, and it is Kyoraku, which you can tell he's like a Shikamaru type of dude, like, oh my god, I don't want this. This is a headache. Why me? So much so he had to tell his vice captain, like, yo, dog, yeah, we might be saying goodbye. I will argue that maybe that felt a little quick. It was like, wait, hey, he's the new Captain Commander. Okay, he's in charge. He's going to make his first, announcement, so to speak. That felt a little bit fast. In fact, again, a lot of this feels fast, but it's just weird that it's working. Like, it's hard to describe of getting the manga and putting it side by side with the anime, and the anime is blitzing through it, but it doesn't feel bad either because it's so many great things and it's giving you everything you need to know for the most part about these scenes. It's not cutting out important details, it's cutting out the fluff, and here, straight. That's what's making this adaptation just so much more like it's gliding, so to speak, because you're getting so much and it's so good and it's still understandable. Then we cut to probably one of the most important, iconic, epic, everything above scenes where Kyoraku, as his first commandment, so to speak, the first order that he's making is that he wants Unohana to go and essentially train Kenpachi, Zaraki Kenpachi, which is a bad idea because apparently back in the day, Captain Commander Yamamoto was told by the higher ups, even higher than him, stop training him immediately. Like, we can't rock with him because, again, the Kenpachi are all criminals that were basically reformed. Like, okay, yo, dog, you really freaking strong and you're a criminal. How about you rock with us? You get to live with all the perks of living, luxury and stuff like that. And you also get to fight non-stop and you do some good. So essentially, yeah, these two that are going at it in this episode, Zaraki and Unohana, is two nut jobs to a certain degree, two criminals, so to speak. And I will say that their battle, once it began, there was a lot to it. For starters, art and animation, it looked great. It was very dark. I will say that. And I think that was appropriate because these are the darkest people in all of Bleach. You know what I'm saying? In terms of these are the criminal, crazy nut jobs, the Kenpachi, that they're so strong that they just give them roles in the Seritei because they're freaking strong, but they're dangerous. So that right there with the lighting and everything, it felt like it was kind of symbolic of, yeah, this is a dark one. On top of that, the fact that Kyoraku said when they battle, one of them won't come back. One of them dies in this fight between Unohana and Kenpachi. That also adds to the atmosphere. Maybe it needs to be dark because there's so much contextualization between the two. The fact that we find out in this one that, holy shit, for starters again, Unohana was the original Kenpachi that fought against Bak and them back in the days. Like, that's how ridiculously strong she is and how long she's been around. I feel like the manga had more, and maybe the anime in the next episode will add it into there, of just understanding Unohana's change from being this crazy violent criminal to then calming down and becoming this healer all this time, and then you seen her snap back into it being paired with Zaraki. And then you also get the flip side of it that Unohana changed Zaraki's life when he was a young punk that was just a savage killing birds and shit like that. That was his first real enjoyment. Essentially, Unohana was the gateway to his addiction, that is fighting, which also something interesting to note, and we did see the character in the episode as well. Apparently, I believe Unohana's name before she became this Unohana, healing person, whatever, was Yachiru. And I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that the name of Zaraki's little companion friend, the little girl, whatever? What's up with that? We saw her in the episode alongside Isane, again, seeing everything that the Kenpachis have to lose, the connections that they've made throughout all this. It feels like, again, I mean, it's the final arc anyway, this is coming full circle for all of their character arcs. The fact that Unohana has been hiding that scar on her chest all this time, and those eyes morphing into this dark, sinister look. Zaraki coming to this point of, apparently even though he's the most dangerous dude, he did what he did all throughout the series, he's still weak considered to Unohana, and there's more to him that I'm imagining within the next episode or so will unlock. It's, again, so bizarre to say because I feel like while this episode felt fast-paced, it also felt perfectly paced because we only got a couple of the Zero Division members of seeing, what they're about so far. We got this battle going on that didn't end in this episode. It's seemingly continuing into the next episode. You got Zaraki taking off his eye patch. That was kind of crazy. Like, yo, dog, it's all over. I would throw the argument that this episode 9 of Bleach Thousand Year Blood War, probably one of the more slower episodes in a way, in terms of contextually giving us, exposition and all that. Good job. In terms of showcasing, okay, how we're going to get the get back and stuff, good job. But in terms of training so far, realistically, we've only been in the healing part of training. They even warned the Ichigo and Renji, next up, you're going to be fighting against this Nimaya Oetsu dude. Probably going to have a tough time. So the training is still incoming, and despite the fact that the training right now, realistically, it's only that they took a bath and ate, Renji also throws in, which, again, shout outs to Renji. It feels like the return. It's a Renji renaissance, so to speak, of his epicness that he once had, where he has to break down to Ichigo. We were injured. We had to heal. We're hungry. We gotta eat. Like, relax, chill. I get it. Seritei's destroyed Bak, all that cool stuff. Like, come on, dog. Like, this is what we're supposed to be doing. You have to heal when you come back from battle. They were freaking beaten to an inch of their life. Did Ichigo forget the ass whipping he just took like 2 episodes ago against Bak? You know what I'm saying? Chill. But overall, again, fantastic episode with a lot going on. Curious what you guys think. For starters, let's talk a little bit about this whole situation of the new Captain Commander, Kyoraku. Do you feel like Kyoraku, rightfully so, deserves that role? Is there somebody else you would have given it to? I'll be honest with you. If it wasn't going to be Kyoraku, which he has a little more age than the other person I'm about to say, I would have said Byakuya. But then there's also the fact that, yeah, Byakuya just almost died. I don't know if he would want that position and that responsibility at this particular time. Probably not feeling too hot about himself. Also, I believe, again, Byakuya is quite a bit younger than Kyoraku, so probably would be the best to go with him. I mean, who else are you going to go with? You're going to pick Zaraki? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a couple of other ones. Mayuri, you're not going to pick Mayuri. I would throw the argument Unohana might have, but 1, his absence from the Seritei, 2, his unpredictability, and 3, the fact that his allegiance seemingly lies with Soul Society and Seritei, but there's still always that question mark on, dog. Who is he? What's up with him? What's going on, dog? Urahara. You know what I'm saying? But he would have made a great Captain Commander, in my opinion, as well. But even if he was offered the job, he probably would have said, Kyoraku, give it to him. Go ahead. Your thoughts on the Zero Division thus far? Are they living up to the hype? Are they disappointing? Again, the manga fleshes them out more. I would throw the argument that the manga will show you more about the Zero Division, about what's going on with them, and it'll feel a little more fleshed out nicely. But in terms of just blitzing through it and shit like that, it doesn't feel bad. It's weird to say because I'm somebody that pacing is an issue. Pacing is a big deal, but it's fast pacing that works. Who do you think is going to win in this battle between Zaraki and Unohana? You think Zaraki's going to take it and become the ultimate Kenpachi and awaken something else? Your thoughts on her having the same name as Yachiro? What's up with that? Is she Yachiro's mom? I read the manga, so I know. So please don't take me for a fool. And your overall thoughts and expectations for Bleach's Thousand Year Blood War episode 10 and beyond. Damn, I can't believe we only have 3 episodes left. Is it 3 or 4? I forget if it's 12 or 13, but we only got a few episodes left, and this has just been shocking to a certain degree because I didn't expect Studio Pierrot to live up to this hype, to live up to the art and animation. There was a couple of little wonky shots of Ichigo and Renji in particular. Not many, but there was a few little art shots. I was like, that could have been a little bit better, but Studio Pierrot as a whole, man. Stuff. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Subscribe and hit that bell to get more content from me. Please do. Have an awesome one.